Good morning students. In today's class we are going to see the trigonometric ratios of angles as well as signs of the trigonometric ratios. Welcome to my channel Vinayaga Maths Class 10. So I have uploaded all the trigonometric ratios values in my channel. Once you subscribe it will be very useful for you all. Signs of trigonometric ratios. So we have given with the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and the fourth quadrant. So here the value will be t. So theta is getting added. So it is plus theta degree. So when we move on from in the negative side, it will be minus theta. So the value will be here. So what is the angle here? It is 90 degree. So the value will be 90 minus theta. When we move on to the second quadrant, the value will be 90 plus theta. The straight line which is 180 degree minus theta. When we move on to the third quadrant, it is 180 degree plus theta, 270 degree minus theta. When we move on to the fourth quadrant, it is 360 degree minus theta, 270 degree plus theta. After completing one full rotation, again when we move on to the first quadrant, the value will be 360 degree plus theta. So with this concept, we are going to find, so in the first quadrant, all the trigonometric ratios, sine, cos, tan, cot, secant and cosecant, all the 6 trigonometric ratios will be positive. When we move on to the second quadrant, only the sine and cosecant will be positive. When we move on to the third quadrant, tan and cot is positive. Fourth quadrant, cos and secant are positive. With the signs of trigonometric ratios, we are going to find the trigonometric ratios of angle. So minus theta degree, it is in the fourth quadrant. 90 degree minus theta will be in the first quadrant. 90 degree plus theta in the second quadrant. 180 degree minus theta again in the second quadrant. Both values will be in the second quadrant. Now 180 degree plus theta, 200 degree minus theta will be in the third quadrant. 270 degree plus theta, 360 degree minus theta will be in the fourth quadrant. 360 degree plus theta will be again in the first quadrant. I hope this value will be quadrant. It will be very clear for you all. Now, when we take the fourth quadrant, when we consider this one, minus theta. So, in the fourth quadrant, cos and secant will be positive. The remaining values are negative. So, what we are getting? Sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. Cos of minus theta is cos theta. When we move on to the first quadrant, 90 degree minus theta, for 90 and 270 degree, the value sine will interchange to cos, cos will interchange to sine, tan is interchanged to cot, cot is interchanged to tan, secant is interchanged to cosecant, cosecant is interchanged to secant. But all the values will be positive. When we move on to the second quadrant, 90 degree plus theta, again the values will get interchanged, but in the second quadrant only for sine and cosecant, only for sine and cosecant, the value will be positive. All the other values will be, all the other trigonometric ratios will be negative. So for 180 degree, the trigonometric ratios will be same. But for sine and cosecant, the values will be positive. The remaining values are negative. Now 180 degree plus theta is coming under third quadrant. For 180 degree, the values will not get changed. But in the third quadrant, tan and cot are positive. The remaining tan and cot, all the values will be negative. When we move on to 270 degree minus theta, for 270 degree, again the ratios will get interchanged. It is in the third quadrant, tan and cot will be positive. It got interchanged. Tan is interchanged to cot is interchanged to tan. The remaining values are negative. Then when we move on to 270 degree plus theta, it is in the fourth quadrant. For 270 degree, the trigonometric ratios will get interchanged. Now, after interchanging, for cos and secant, cos is interchanged to sine, secant is interchanged to cosecant. Only these two columns will be positive. The remaining values will be negative. For 360 degree minus theta, it is in the fourth quadrant. 360 degree, the values will not get interchanged. So for cos and secant, it is positive. The remaining values are negative. Now, when we move on to 360 degree plus theta, again it came to the first quadrant. For 360 degree, the ratios will not get interchanged. All the trigonometric ratios are positive here. I hope this class is very useful for you all. So similarly, I have uploaded real numbers, polynomials, trigonometric ratios, values, puzzles, important sums, formulas with diagram explanation, which will be very useful for you all. Once you subscribe my channel, you can see all the content without missing it. You can share it to your friends. Once you click this Vinayagar icon, you can easily subscribe my channel. If you click on the playlist, you can see all the uploaded videos. You can click on the notification symbols. After I upload, you can get in your YouTube. So, I have uploaded Business Maths Chapter 4. It will be very useful for you all. So, please subscribe my channel. Thank you all.